Good morning. Good morning, Jean. Happy Friday, everybody. Oh my gosh, you guys, yesterday was extremely stressful. And the only reason I say that is yesterday Richard left and he took the Jefferson lines. Always takes the Jefferson lines. Save me on gas, save me on mileage on my car. And they go to the little city. Good morning, Jessica. They go to the little city not far from here, which is a stopping place for people to get out, take a break, grab a lunch. And he was running very far behind. He was like 25 minutes late for Richard to get on the bus. And so they stop in this little city, and it's got a university. So he drops these people off who want to go stop in and take a bathroom break or get something to eat or drink or whatever, and says, I'm going to go pick up these people at the university and I'll be right back. So Richard and two other people got off the bus, and the bus driver never came back. So I drove over there and picked him up and took him to the cities myself. So we had to chase down the bus people at the depot where he was going to get off in St. Paul and make sure that his bag was taken off so that he didn't have to chase the bus down further down the road as to when the bags would have been removed and sit in lost and found or whatever. So that was quite a bit of a little stressful. He was not a happy camper. So needless to say, I left about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I got back after almost 9 o'clock last night. So it was a little stressful day. I wasn't anticipating a 5-hour drive there and back. So I'm a little tired, but I got up early this morning and I did a lot of work. We'll talk about this here in just a minute. Let me tell you about what I have accomplished. I have almost to the top done for my Primitive Gatherings Monthly Minis #2, the mini maze. I've got all the pieces together. I got row 1 and row 2 together. Still need to put this one onto row 3 and then sew the top together, and I'm done. So 3 more seams and this top is done, right? Quite an adventure. So this is nearly done, and I just need to pick out a backing and get it sandwiched together to quilt. So this is what I have left from that project. I have this fabric and the green fabric. I have strips of the red fabric. I have 2-inch squares of this, and I've got this for the, so I want to use these up and kind of just make just however big I can make it, maybe do a cross down the center of the back and then use these pieces up. So I'll work on that plan and idea. I'll just sew these together and see how big it comes, where I'll end up with that. So I'm looking forward to just creating some back piece for this. And then this is Monthly Minis 3, the Blue Goose. I have not chosen any fabrics. And I think at this point, I'm not going to do that either. Tuesday is Monthly Minis #4 comes out. So I think at that time, I'll decide which one I'd prefer to work on. This one here, I mean, it's great. I'll do it maybe someday, but I'm not real thrilled about getting into this one, and I don't even have the faintest clue what colors to choose for this or anything. So I will save this for next week when the other one comes out, and I'll make a decision at that point. So that's where we are with the Primitive Gatherings monthly minis. The link is below to the monthly minis link so that you can go out and take a look and see if you want to. It's a $5 every month. And once the month is over, you can no longer get the previous pattern for that price. You get it for a much larger price. Let me turn the volume off on this. I forgot to do that. It's charging. Okay. So then I did finish also the blocks for this week's 6 of the Jelly Roll Sampler Sew Along. So this is the pink version. I think that turned out better than the gingham one. I think you could see it better. The pink, I should say. The gingham one just kind of melded in with the background fabric. So, and then the red one. So I've got this week's assignment complete. My floors are very crooked in here. And I have my monitor propped, and I may not have it propped appropriately. So those 2 blocks are done. And we will go into block 7 or week 7 next week. So we'll talk about the rest of those then. And stack those on the floor. Oh, this should have gone in there. Put it on top. All right, I finished week 3 of the, what is it called? The Star of Wonder Christmas quilt along. So I got all of these units put together. They look exactly the same. So that's all done. And I am ready for week 4. And a reminder, this was week 2 units and the main star, which was week 1. And I'm using Christmas Figs by Fig Tree & Co. Christmas Figs 2, actually, to be specific. Using that fat quarter bundle. I'm getting creative with those because I don't have enough of some of them because I've used them in other projects. So that is off the agenda until next week, Tuesday. So this is the 2020 Jelly Snowflake. This is a sew along just like the Star of Wonder that was done with the Fat Quarter Shop in 2020. So earlier this year, I had purchased a jelly roll specifically for this pattern because I really wanted to make it. And this is Noel by Laundry Basket Quilts. And this was the backing fabric. It's a pink and white. This is going to be my binding fabric, green polka dot. And this is the backing fabric, a red and cream floral. And this was for the 100 Years Andover Fabrics Noel by Edita Sitar, Laundry Basket Quilts, a double scoop. So I had these pulled aside, and I think this was for the snowflake pieces or the icicles that go down the center. I think that's the name of the block. Yeah, the icicle block. So I just threw them up on the wall. They're in the places they're supposed to be. Whether or not I want those colors to be there, I think the greens are fine on the outside edge. I have to find a picture that I had taken the last time I worked on this, which was probably March. I think I worked on it like in December, January. I'll have to look up the dates on that. But where the stars and these go, I wasn't sure if I had the fabrics matching in the corners or not. Right now I put it in scrappy so that none of it is touching or matchy. But I had these jelly roll strips set aside, and I'm thinking this is what I was going to do. There are 2 of each of these. I was going to do the icicles in. I'm not sure, because this is what I had left of the reds. This is what I had left of the greens. So they're not full strips, so they're a little scrappy. And then I have a whole bunch of leftovers, and they're all white on whites and creams on whites, florals. So I guess I assumed that that wasn't going to work very well with the background fabric. And I think that was a pretty good choice. They kind of blend in. They're greens and reds and pinks and tans. So my theory was that's what I did with these, is that these were going to look fine on the backgrounds and work well for the actual pattern that comes with this. And as I had mentioned before, I was looking for an alternative for that section. I might just stick with the same thing just to make it simple on myself, because I want to make that final decision so that when next week's final week of the Star of Wonder comes out, I can work on both at the same time and finish both tops this week. That's the plan anyway. So I'll do some more. I haven't done any research on it. I didn't have time yesterday, so I will look into that this weekend and make a final decision. But I at least wanted to have it on the wall so I could start looking at my options and fabric choices, and because depending on what version I go with, I might use different fabrics. So, but there she is. There we go. Now I got that all in there. So I'm going to be making that decision this weekend. That's kind of my assignment for this weekend. Finish this top on the Primitive Gatherings Monthly Minis 2. Get that sandwiched together and ready to be quilted. Get a picture of it, post it, all that good stuff. I have pictures to post. Richard and I did take pictures before he left. So then the other thing I want to work on is, because yesterday I got an email from the Fat Quarter Shop that my Sew Sampler box is in the mail. So I need to get my Pieceful Baskets Block 3 completed before that box comes. Well, it doesn't have to be, but so as a reminder, here's Block 1. And it's upside down. Block 1. Block 2. And I thought I'd choose fabrics for Block 3. So I use blue and pink. And again, I'm using the Tulip Cottage Fat Quarter Bundle. And this is by Melissa Mortenson. And let's see, do I want to go? I don't want to do pink because I just did that. I've got greens for baskets. I've got bright pink, which I probably don't want to do because I just did a pink. And it might go someplace different in the quilt anyway. I can do blue again. I got darker blues. I've got navies. Liking this navy. I think I'm liking the navy idea. These 3. Those 3. I like that, so I'll set that aside. The other, let's see, we had the greens, and I think there were more greens, weren't there? These I was setting aside too because I wasn't sure how those would work out because they're a big print. And I've got all the colorways here. So I'll save those. And I do like how the floral turned out in this one. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. So I do have that floral here, but I'd have to pick out what my blocks are going to be in here. So I'm thinking, what are we going to do here? I haven't done one of these for a basket, so I could do my basket in this. You think the greens would look good? Let's take a look. Let's pull out all the greens. Let's pull out all the greens. I could save the blue for the next one. All right, so here's my greens. I actually think that this print might work if I can get the cows to show up, like the flowers show up. Do some fuzzy cutting in that. And so there's this green, this one, and the check. So I used this pattern on the last basket. Yeah, maybe it's 2, but I think green sounds wonderful. So how about I attempt to do the basket with what's left of this fat quarter bundle and try to fit this in where behind the pattern, and then maybe use a different color for the block pieces and the little triangles in the basket. Use pink with that. What color do you think would go good with this? This pink or this pink? I could even use this green as well as for like the little triangles. I don't know. Pink and green. I'm thinking pink and green. Let's see here. I used this one in the last one. Probably the darker pink. They're more purpley. So something on that version, a mixture of all of them. Deeper pink, yeah. That's kind of what I thought. Make sure I got them all out here. And then that was in the last basket, so I won't use this one. All right. I think I'm going to try to get all of these in there somehow. Pick the colors from these. So we'll go with a green basket, the pink, the deeper pink for the pieced, which is just I think if I can get this right here, if I can show you. The dark blue, where the dark blue is in there. Yeah. Use this for the triangles. And then pull that one out. Try to fit the cows in behind that. I think that looks pretty. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, I will pull this out so I don't get it mixed up. Sounds great, doesn't it? Thanks, Jess. All right. I'll pull these out. I'll stick them inside the pattern. These are the ones that are done. Put this all back. Set this aside. What I should do, because I believe all the baskets are going to be the same, so I can cut out all of the pieces for the baskets ahead of time, and then this section here is different every month. And I can just, that way I'm left to just pick out this section. That way I know, too, if I have enough in my fat quarter bundle, just because I've had to eliminate some because of the pattern and stuff that's on it that, unless I can fussy cut it, I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. All right, so then there's that. So I want to work on that. this weekend. And the other thing I want to attempt, this will be a bonus, is from the summer block party to work on block 4, the stripy sails boat. So this was the last one I did. Here is the lighthouse again. And the watermelons. So I'm gonna go pick up some. I want to starch this because I really struggle when putting the final pieces together. This fabric that I chose for the background is really, really stretchy and gets distorted. So I have to get some starch. I don't have any. Well, I do, but it's really small. You can barely hear it shaking in the can. To make the boat. So I need to pick out some fabrics for this. And do I want to put more blues in here? I'm trying to remember what we got going on here. So I'm going to need blue for that. I don't have a whole lot of the blues in this. I don't necessarily need the blue for that block. I don't necessarily need blue for that, but I would like to. And the final star, I think, would need some blue. So I have just the 3 blues. And I don't have a whole lot of this one left. So I need to be a little sparing with these. But I think I want to put a little bit of blue in here. I don't even have the faintest clue where to start with this one. I don't have a lot of greens in the other one. So I've got the gingham. Maybe I'll go with the green strawberries. No, I didn't even look for Bev's email this morning for the bonus ones. I forgot today is Friday. So I'll have to pull those out. I'll show those on Monday, what those bonus projects were. I've got the link below if anybody wants to try to see if you can still get in on this. I'm not sure if it still works or not, but I think I want to try some greens in this one. Go with greens and pinks. Some of the lighter ones, lighter florals. I don't know that they go so well with the blue. I am really kind of at a loss with this one because I've got really light whites. I mean, they are going to go well with the background. So I've got a darker pink. So I don't have to be too choosy with the whites. If I want to use any white in this, I got the yellows, greens and yellows. I think what would look best. Oh, I do have this blue too. This one. I'm going to use this one with greens and yellows. I will use a mixture of them because I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I'll use the bottom of the boat, like the gingham or something. But I will use the greens and the yellows and sparingly blue. I think I like that idea. Well, that wasn't so bad after all. I think that looks good. All right. I didn't even think about that email. Thanks, Jess. I will go pull that out and get those printed off and show everybody what those were for on Monday. So I think I'm going to go with this, not this one, a smattering of these fabrics for this. So let's do that. All right. At least I got the plan made out. Whether or not I actually get to this weekend is another story. So I'm going to have to work quite a bit this weekend too. So, all right. Yay. Set that in there. And I'll leave these out. Okay. Let me get these put back together. Pattern bundle. These in here, and I'll leave these out like this. There. I have that already decided. So I know where I'm going with that too when I get to it. It'll be bonus if I get to that this weekend. So I really just need to do monthly minis and the Pieceful baskets for Monday. But I would like to get at least started on the summer Black Friday. There should be no reason why I shouldn't be able to get to it. There's no reason for that. So I do have a lot of like paperwork kind of stuff to get done too this weekend. Pictures posted. So I need, now that I've released the pictures for this week's finished projects, I'll get those posted. I got to get those pictures and get those posted too. So I'll get those out there on Facebook and or the community tab here. So, all right, you guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you Monday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for more quilt bombing, SAL'ering, and qualling. Qualling? There's no U. Calling? All right, you guys, you have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you on Monday, okay? Bye now.